Who is it? Vinny!
Hey, dude, are you there?
Hey, what's up, my
I'm here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude,
man?
I don't have a scary story, man.
Who is it? Vinny!
Hey, dude. I was like, I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll
Brandon.
pull out your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just saying there's a lot of...
But here's what you did. Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
What's going on already with the screen and all that? It's gonna be that kind of show. All right. Hey, where am I? All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. How you guys doing, huh? It is, what's today, Thursday? Yeah, it's November 4th, 2021. I can't believe it's already the 4th day of November. Where is time going? What a show over at Truth Seekers. I'm a little disappointed. I thought Ryan was going to be showing us stuff, you know? I wanted to see stuff, you know? Didn't you think? But tonight, I have to talk about, just for a minute, 10 minutes, about the new role that I'm taking on here in ufology. It's beautiful. And you know what? If this was a year ago, ooh, that looks blurry. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. Behind me? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm going to get rid of it. There's so many people talking about this Anjali. And after my interview, and I know I said I was never going to talk about it again, right? But who knew that Cambion was going to do this show tonight and ask me to be on? I really didn't know that I was going to be there. It was very strange. Only because of the reaction from those people. Basically, you can call them UFO Twitter. Because that's basically where their hub is. So if they have a channel here on YouTube, they all gather in that UFO Twitter mosh pit. down there. I don't know what else to call it. But that's where they go. That's where they go. I noticed that. Dorothy Hawkins with a $5 super chat. Anjali likes to scold questioners. I did notice that. Everybody who asks a question. So, what's your point? And I could see she was getting a little bit hot under the collar. But, you know, I can't accept the story at all. Thank you, Dorothy, for the $5 super chat, by the way, and a great observation. It's true. And you know why. It's a flaw in all of us. It's almost like you want to tell the truth, but you can't, but your body's forcing it out of you type of thing, or scared of the truth, so your body reacts a certain way. And it's just, you know, anybody who's had children, I've seen my nephew grow up, and you know, all the little kids and all this stuff around the neighborhood. They all know how to lie early. Yeah, they know how to lie. Did you take that cookie? No. Did you take that cookie? No. You're gonna lose a finger. Oh no. Did you take it? Dog? You know? So they know how to lie. Thank you, Dorothy. You can help support GoFund with super chats and everything else. What did they call? Super stickers, PayPal, Cash App, all that stuff. Become a pay. We got a new Patreon. We'll announce it later. And thank you, Mr. Catfish 2100. Glad to see you breathing the air. Yeah, that's a personal thing between us. That's very, very nice of you. Super mucho gusto, generoso. A continuing supporter of GoFund. Thank you. So, these people did not like how I treated Anjali when I was on Alien Girl 111. Which, by the way, we went through it yesterday. We're not going to do it again. But thank you, Mr. Catfish 2100, a continuing supporter of GoFund. What's that? All right, we're going to talk about that and the new UFOlogy. You know what it is. Hoaxing is the truth and right is left. Or left is right, up is down. Capiche? Except, you know what I mean. I thought that was a good title. I thought it was. Right is left. That's funny. I thought it was genius. Hey, Al Warrior. Al Warrior. A $3 super chat saying, good job. Yeah, I thought I did too, man. Thank you very much. A continuing supporter of GoFund, no doubt. Appreciate that. That goes right into the GoFund fund. We're still, you know, a ways away from, you know, I may have to push it to December to go to the Capitol. But we are going to go. I think I'm changing it because, well, it's taken a while to gather up funds, but it's going to be Christmas, I think. They're celebrating it this year. You never know. But how beautiful would it be if I was there at night during the holidays after Thanksgiving? So there may be snow on the ground, and that will make me happy. Thanks, Ale Warrior. But anyway, roll call real quick. Robert Morgan, what's up? I'm sorry. Roll call, everybody. Robert Morgan, welcome to the show. First Floor Audio, welcome to the show. Den Bob, welcome to the show. Big Bob Little M, welcome to the show. Shogun United, welcome to the show. Coral Ann, welcome to the show. World in Chaos 76, welcome to the show. Anybody who sees your name first time, they're not getting it right. I got it right. I remember. Tina Mobley, welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. IR Film, welcome to the show. Helen Crystal Energy, welcome to the show. Felicia, the beautiful Flores, welcome to the show. Unidentified S4, welcome to the show. Exofa, welcome to the show. Dorothy Hawkins, thank you very much. Welcome to the show. First Floor Audio, did I already say it? I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. Hillel Bonner, am I right? Hillel? Well, welcome to the show again. Dr. Z Smith, please come to the ER, Dr. E.Z. Smith. Ian Burwell, welcome to the show. Deadbup, welcome to the show. Shadi Panoran, welcome to the show. 15 Seconds. Complazert, welcome to the show. B. Baker's in the house, welcome to the show. Susie Como, welcome to the show. Marvin Dale Likens Jr., welcome to the show. Max Popcore 2, Mr. Catfish, welcome to the show. Anybody straggling in, 12 feet tall, welcome to the show. All right. TV Invent, long time no seesaw, welcome to the show. Caleb Benjamin, welcome to the show. Hey, Claudio Rodriguez is here too, welcome to the show. These are, you guys are sneaking in. I like it. All right, we can't go on. Tim Frick, I got to say hi to Tim. Paul, got to say hi to you too. Arthur Redmond, welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Gorilla Gamer, welcome to the show. All right. Hey, good. All right, let's go. So there's about 400 people over at Camions right now watching Anjali just defend, that cave. It's a really, I know I keep saying cave. I did that on purpose. Alfie Joe Bob, welcome to the show. And thank you very much for the $5 super chat. That was an eye-opener, Rich. What was? I'm sorry, I don't know what part of this streamcast, whatever it's called, I don't know. What? Well, a continuing supporter. I'm trying to think. You mean Truth Seekers? Anjali? That's all I've been talking about. It's sad. We've got a community that obviously goes to UFO Twitter. They're known as the, what are they called? The UFO Twitter Young Guns. Yeah, this would be a part of the Young Guns community. But they've changed it to UFO Twitter because nobody liked the Young Guns. Grant Cameron dubbed these newcomers, and they're not young. They're just new to ufology since 2016, most of them, 2017 as well. So as soon as TTSA announced who they were, a lot of these people, and they're all around the same age, if you haven't noticed. Right? It's weird. That was about the age when I got into ufology. I wonder if it has to do with that. Thanks, Alfie Joe Bob. Mucho gusto, El Generoso. Yeah, I saw another one. Ricardo Jimenez. Hey, man. $5 super chat. I've been trying to catch up with all your new videos. You're dishing them out faster than hotcakes. Happy to make it tonight. Thanks, Ricardo. Mr. Jimenez. He's a continuing supporter, too. Thank you very much. We'll do one of these. Eh, gush. Mucho gusto, Generoso. Mr. Jimenez. So, thank you very much. I know when it's live, you can't fast forward these parts. I know what you're doing. I see everybody out there doing it. I do it, too. You see that green bar coming up? Fast forward. I have no other way to do it. I guess you see, when they're super chats with text, I have to read them. It's probably relevant to the show, and they want to ask a question, and I mean they're donating to ask that question, so you have to ask it. But if I don't answer, if I don't notice the other ones that don't have anything or stickers, that's not fair. So it's part of the show. Someday it'll work itself out to an easier format, but I have no other way to do it other than saying, hey, every 15 minutes I'll read off super chats. Well, I don't know, what 15 minutes is. I'm doing a show. It's very difficult. I'm all by myself. No, I'm not asking for help either. All right? I'm just saying. But nobody really complains. I'm the only one saying anything. Nobody's ever said, stop reading the super chats. I've never seen that. I think subconsciously, it slows the show down, like talking about it. So let's continue. So, I've got cotton mouth. That's obvious. Yes, it's a Red Bull. I don't need to hear that. So, Exofa? I have to say, 5-pounder. I add a continuing supporter. Anjali's mantid. I have to say, Anjali's mantid description goes against every other report I've read. Hey, yeah, it's true. I have more evidence of cow women from space than she has for hers. Yeah, more evidence for cow women from space than she has for hers. That's actually hilarious. Yeah, welcome to the show, and a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Mucho gusto, Exofaso. That is, I was going to say major and something else. Mucho gusto, Generoso. Appreciate that. I'll take that. Goes right into the GoofOn kitty, right? It does, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Right? All right. So, as I've been trying to say, and look, I'm not upset. I am accepting that I am now the hashtag UAP bully. Who else would accept that role? You want to call me the bully? Go ahead. There's no evidence of bullying. Right? You have to intimidate. Well, what was the definition of bullying? I looked it up. Hold on, I'll remember. It was intimidation. Coerce someone into doing something that they don't want to do, which I never do. I'm telling you, Corbell, you stop or I'll... That's never happened. Seek to hurt or injure or something like that. That's not happening. I've never seeked out anybody for that. That's what bullying is. So, on Uncle Fester's show, he's talking about how I'm a bully. Now, this is all I heard. I don't watch that shit show. I can't. But he's sitting there saying I'm a bully, right? Because I point bad things out in people. And what do you think he does? Starts talking about my teeth. They pause the video and makes me look drunk. You know what I mean? They're doing it. They're doing it purposefully. I'm doing what I'm saying. I don't do that. I say he's got a sweaty head. It's not a lie. They're doing it to bully. I'm just doing it because I'm observant. Totally different. So that's the world of do as I say, not as I do, which I mention just about every night. Some people don't like it. Too bad, so sad, because that's true. That's a hypocrite on the level. Right? Doesn't get any better. Thanks, Exofa. Alfie Joe Bob says, oh, I meant Truth Seekers tonight. Showed true colors of some characters. And I did the LOL after because that's true. It's funny in a way. Thank you, Alfie Joe Bob. And that's a Dulcie tonight. That goes right into the Dulcie underground base. You're dropping it off there? I wonder if Anjali's underground base, well, the aliens, I wonder if it connects to Dulcie. I say Dulcie. Why isn't this turning off? Oh, this is the long one. Yeah. Man, that's like 20 seconds too long. But it's all right. It's for a good cause. I wonder if it connects. Mucho gusto generoso, Alfie Joe Bob. $5. $10 total. Just a very strange thing that is happening with Anjali, and I think now it's going to die off. I think it's, maybe it'll go up till the weekend, tomorrow or the next day, and then it'll die off. Yeah. But this group totally calls me a bully, and they actually do the thing they say I'm doing. It is really a strange thing. Is it dichotomy? Yeah, dichotomy. I was going to say it wasn't feeling confident. Dichotomy is a good word. It's one of my favorite words, like Deuteronomy. It's a good word. Yeah, the Dulce Area 51, what was that? Telos? Ms. DJ. So, and then alien scientist who, you know, I don't know what he is to the show anymore, but still a friend, I think, says that I was rude and abrasive, hard to listen, said one of the hardest things he's ever heard. Yet he has been on numerous tirades. He's been on tirades. He's had tirades. He's talked worse than I did to a lot of people out there faking stuff. There's a lot of hypocrisy going around is what I'm saying. Do as I say, not as I do. Goof on is the UAP bully. And I'll accept it. You want to call me the bully? Fine. Hey, at least I got a nickname, Uncle Fester. Once you get a nickname, you're back, baby. You know how long I've been waiting for a nickname like that? I'm taking it. It's 16 years of getting attacked like this that's kind of thickened my skin. I wanted to say that before the show started because it's true. What I said to Anjali was, and I know I said it with a little bit of snarky. I said, so Wayne's got cancer, huh? Little silence, and she goes, what do you want, Rich? And then alien scientist says, yeah, I gotta go. Check. He checks out, and then Anjali or whatever, she's still talking. And then alien girl says, oh, well, yeah, we only got 20 minutes left in the show. And then after that, Anjali and I were kind of having a nice convo. Right? She was letting it out there, expressing herself on why, you know, what she feels when people attack her. And that's fine. That's what we want. An open discussion. When there's no friction in conversation, nothing's happening. You don't move a conversation, you know, make it interesting and topical and have some sort of energy if there isn't a discussion about it. Hard questions. I know what I'm trying to say. But that's all it is. It's direct. It's to the point. I wasn't abrasive. It may have been like a real light sandpaper. But hey, sometimes it's got to hurt a little to get to the truth. Sometimes, not all the time. And if you saw the way I acted tonight, well, there's no reason for me to have any angst or any adrenaline going towards her. Ryan did it all. And if I was to say anything, which I didn't have anything else to say, except for a few of those questions just to ask something, because I was sitting there not knowing if I was going to be on Truth Seekers. Thank God he asked me. Thank you, Stephen. 400-something people were there. I mean, that's just phenomenal. I really didn't need to say anything. Now, Ryan from Orion Adventures, the guy who was talking a lot, he's the one who was going to show this evidence. I thought he was going to show something tonight. I may have been thinking that in my mind. But he did say, and I do remember him saying in mid-December, tonight he said December 15th. Now, I said during the show on Truth Seekers, why don't everybody just post everything, you know, so you do that and then we can talk. Why is it that, I'm going to post it in December. I'm going to post it in 6 months. You know, we're going to get a crew together. Get the crew together. Then make the announcement. Assemble the crew. See, here's what Anjali is doing. And I may be wrong. It's just what I heard somebody else say. And I think that plays into this a lot. It may have been Lord Ludicrous Plaid. I'm not sure. Maybe Zach Diecast Monte. is that she is getting a feel for what people think about her story because there's a book in the making, right? What better way to get a feel for what people are thinking and saying? Maybe she's taking notes, which she was. You saw her taking notes. And that's very smart. I do the same thing. Anytime you're on a show with somebody and you don't know them or you're not sure where they're going to go, listen to what they're saying, write it down, don't forget to reply. She did that. Now, if that's the case, and her main goal is to write a book about these aliens in a base through a cave underground, if that's the case, where's Orion Adventures' evidence? Why do we have to wait? And I'll tell you why. Because what he's doing is psychological warfare. He's taking it to another level. He's saying, I've got the evidence. Now you wait. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Now you wait. And now she stirs. And then when he's supposed to post, when he's supposed to post those pictures and the evidence and everything else in December on the 15th, something will happen. And he'll say, the file got corrupt. I don't know. It rained and, humidity. And he'll just play the game. But I've got the evidence, Anjali. That's what he'll say. And then the game continues until somebody gives up. And in this case, I put my money on Orion Adventures, but I don't know. You have to give a little bit of credit to Anjali being on Truth Seekers, with everybody being a male, by the way, and who don't believe her, by the way. That takes a little guts, I have to admit. I was nervous, and it's not even me. I told her, we need evidence. I don't know. Hey, you know what? Let's check in over there. I wonder, are they still going? I'm interested. I want to see if they're going still. This way of... All right, let's take a look. His show is the hardest one to find. There it is, still live.
I engineered this whole thing.
I have a couple of questions, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, you're a member of the Defense Intelligence Agency, correct?
Yes.
Did that ever entail any counterintelligence training?
Whoops.
Any counterintelligence?
Yeah.
No.
But you did have information warfare training, which is...
That's kind of similar.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Similar, yeah.
Actually, it isn't. But that's okay.
I thought she only had...
Can you explain the difference?
Yes.
I thought she only had secretarial positions in FBI, CIA.
Counterintelligence is when you are working against the intelligence operatives of another agency or another country, and it's when you are trying to detect.
The whole show should be about Ryan, and he should have been welcomed, which he was, and gently prodded to show the key evidence. I guess this person wasn't there. Anyway, they're just talking about her past, so I'm not, I'm gonna just wanted to check in, do a fair use check under a minute. So, we could go back and listen. There's nothing really to listen to. But I am accepting the role, and I find it very interesting that there were 3 shows last night talking about me in a negative light, but it did not bother me. I didn't go say anything harsh or anything mean. I saw a lot of supporters for Goof On. I can't thank you enough. There were more supporters than non-supporters. I was shocked. Yeah. It means maybe we're turning the ship around a little bit. Yeah. You know, Anjali's not telling the truth about this thing. Whatever, it's her experience. All right, she had a brain experience. She didn't really go to the cave, right? She didn't go in there. It was all in her mind. I say this, and I've said this before, and I've told the stories. If I said the dreams that I've had about the UFOs and things like that hovering over my backyard and all that, I could use those to say that really happened and write a book about it, and nobody can question me. Well, everybody could question me, but I don't have to prove anything. It's a story. Whether you believe it is entirely up to you. But that's what I think she's doing. She's taken dreams and she may have had an experience. Okay? She may have had one in her mind, you know, like a dream. You know, look, Billy Meyer's been around forever. We've gotten zero evidence from him. Zero. Garbage. And if any of those are real, well, we'll never know, because there's so much garbage with Billy Meyer. Betty and Barney Hill has been debunked. In my opinion, Roswell, I think, was a weather balloon of some kind. I don't think it was two UFOs. Honest to God, I really don't. I don't care what people say about alien bodies, even though there was the show that had the AI voice truth machine that determined if you were telling the truth. Remember that on Showtime? They had that show. I think it's called UFOs. And they had those, what do you call it? Yeah, the AI that can tell if you're telling the truth by your voice influx. Yeah. And it seemed like Roswell was, according to the AI machine, that's a lie detector, there really was a UFO crash with aliens. It's pretty amazing stuff. Now, the proof, there is none. Hey, Dr. Z with the PayPal. 21 kids. Yesterday you said I had 18. Are you sure you're not hiding things from me? Thanks for the $10 support. I appreciate it. My God, there's so many messages today. It's weird. You know, this what's been going on recently with Anjali and everything else, it kind of feels like it did when I first got into ufology and went against the grain. Kind of feels like that again. Hey, anybody wants to rip me apart for asking hard questions, fine. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Don't care. But I am accepting the role. Whatever that role is, as the UAP bully. I don't like it. You think I want to be known or called a bully? Don't you think I could have been UFO Jesus? I'd rather be the UAP bully than UFO Jesus. Any day of the week in any dimension. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'll never forget the day I had a cockroach crawling on the microphone. And I told him about it. Didn't care. Didn't reply, nothing. The guy stays silent. I admire that. I admire that he's got no chutzpah. You know? People don't, like, Ryan, UFO Jesus, that guy's staying away from me because he knows he has no chance to win a debate. No way. You remember that cockroach? Oh my God, it was so, oh sorry. It was a water bug. A water bug, my air. My air. So there's this clip that I think I found. Is this it?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Wow! Holy mackerel. Yikes. That is one of my favorite clips of all time. Hold on, let's get that in here. You want answers, I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Are we on?
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
That is going to be a soundbite on this show for a very long time. Love that. I can't believe I haven't used that sooner. I think because it was so obvious that I never used it. Yeah, something's going on. All right, here we go. Anyway, hey, Dorothy Hawkins, Rich, you're the UAP truth enforcer. Well, you know, I used to call myself the UFO police, if people remember 2 years ago. Yeah, I am. You know, there's a lot of us out there. Scott, who was on the show tonight. Stephen Cambion. He's playing a very interesting role. By the way, Dorothy Hawkins, a continuing supporter of GoFund. You have made it rain. And it's raining money. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto, generoso. Yes, I used to be the UFO police, UAP truth enforcer. I'll be that. I mean, whatever. Somebody said he thinks he's Alex Jones. No. Not even close. Yeah, Tem. Oh my God. He says, yeah, we remember the roach. It shall live in infamy. A continuing supporter. T-E-M. Grazie. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Thanks, Tem. A continuing supporter of GoFund. Eguj. 3, 2. Right? It was a baby. It was a baby roach. Nah. He GoFund. Head goon in charge. Eguj. Oh, capiche. I glanced at it and my cursor went over and I thought it said eguj. So many people, I'm reading your guys' stuff here. So many people in the TS Truth Seekers chat had your back. Yes, I know. I was very happy. Yeah, there was a guy in there. He was the Esoteric Dark Files. And that is somebody who is a real jerk if you really got to know the person. I'm not going to say his name, but a real slime bag. Yeah. So when I see that, you know, the negative stuff that he was saying, I'm like, I don't have time. So They Live was a great movie. Yes, Dorothy, thank you very much. Yeah, They Live. What a great flick. See, that's what I want to happen. Anjali tells us, come to the cave. You don't see the cave. And hundreds of people made this pilgrimage up to the cave, right? She picks 100 people. I'm one of them. And she gives us what looks like 3D glasses. And she says, what do you see over there, Rich? I said, dirt. She says, everybody put your glasses on. You put the glasses on. Oh, that's what I want to happen. And the tunnel's there. And then she says, you must trust what your eyes cannot see and walk into the cave. And we do. And I had to be first. And I'm like this going in, But I went in and I saw men with very nice military boots who weren't men. Jiminy crickets, there were mantis people. And if you called them aliens, you'd get hit because that's racist to them. You got a lot of rules with these aliens, I tell you. You got a lot of rules. Hey, there's a good movie coming out. November 9th from the Cousins brothers. That's right, it's commercial time. Well, yeah. It's going to be a good movie. Where is it? So I'm going to play this. What else? There's nothing else I can say. This community is filled with hypocrites. The do as I say, not as I do side of ufology, that is the hypocrisy I am living in. It's true. They make fun of me. They called me names. And they said something about my teeth. My teeth? Hey, these teeth cost a lot of money. You know? So, hey, at least I'm not a sweat machine. I'd rather have these teeth than be a sweat box. Capiche?
I really would. Everyone is going to do whatever.
She understands. Anjali. Is that another, did I see a super chat? Oh yeah, look at this. Wait a second. Oh God. You guys are really moving this chat room. There's so many people over at, Exofa says, you know, I wasn't kidding about those cow women. They pilot UFOs and influence religions. United by same four colors. I've been tracking them through history. Oh. Well, I did. Thank you for clarifying, because I thought that was a joke. Ma. Cowburgers. I'm joking. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Or £5. Hey, let's go with this one. Come on. There you go, kid. Hurry here. Yeah, thank you. One more time, a little more. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Thanks, Exofa. A continuing supporter of Goofon, by the way. Mucho gusto, el generoso. Unidentified S4, Lord Ludicrous Plaid. She's lying her teeth off. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's lying. 100%. 100%. Here we go.
What this man's expectations are. And I'm telling you, $1,000 not going to cut it.
The Wayne that I found is a multi-millionaire who builds huge developments of $500,000 homes. So I don't know that guy would just take $1,000 to make up some stories. So again, we're left.
Oh God! Now this guy took $1,000 to say he is Wayne. All right. You know what? She does. You're right, Dorothy. Thank you. You know what? Good catch. She does keep saying forcefully, I'm telling you. Which means I'm lying to you. What I'm about to tell you. When you have to keep saying it that way. 100% liar. She is a major problem for ufology. And just to go back on why I was so nice, I don't think I said why yet. Because, I did. Yeah, I did. There's no reason for me to... Because then she might have felt like everybody was ganging up on her if it was Ryan acting the way he did and then I came in hot. But I wasn't feeling like I did the other night. It's not the same Rich. I'm in a different mood. I didn't just wake up, Well, I did, but not from a lumber. I mean, I was slept a long time, though. I woke up. I didn't even speak yet when I went on those. That was one of my first words. You know how you can't think sometimes, especially you older folks, my age, over 40. Sometimes it's hard. But no, it came out exactly the way it should have. I wasn't going to hold back. There's no reason to. And plus, I didn't think I was being rude. Let me ask you this. I know many people are going to see me. Do you think I want to look like a bully? Who wants that type of reputation? I'll accept it if that's what you're going to call me. I really can't do anything about it, which is why I don't give a crap. Because I know deep down I'm not a bully. I know that I've proven it when I played the tape back and we all watched it. Now, some people are going to say that I am a bully just to say it because they want to be different. That's that new type of thing that's really popular now, to be wrong. You know, to be the only one who doesn't like whatever it is everybody else likes. You know, they see 100 nice comments and he's going to say, this guy's a loser. Hopefully more people will pile on. Yeah. Those are the attention seekers. Those are the people who can't stand that you ruined a dream. Which really isn't ruining anything. It's saving ufology. Don't be mad at me. You're mad at the wrong person. Be mad at the lady who is lying to you. Doesn't that make sense? But don't be a bully. Anyway, I wasn't, and even let's say I was. Good. She deserves it. She's a liar. When are you going to wake up? She's doing something knowingly wrong. No, she had an experience. She's sharing her experience by making claims that she's going to go down to the mountain or whatever in December and get researchers. And I said from the second she said it, no, not a moment later, I said she's never going to make it down there. It'll never happen. She will come up with an excuse that we can't deny. And she did. Cancer. I think that was a seed from a bagel from breakfast. I think it finally dislodged. You could brush your teeth and floss all day, and sometimes that seed just won't come out. You guys, see, when I got into this field, I didn't know anything, right? I was green as you could be, really. But I learned very fast. Very good critical thinking, thanks to my dad being a cop. Hey, Lee Guy with 5 pieces of bacon for every dollar. $1 for each piece of bacon. That is... I mean, that's really beautiful. A continuing supporter of GoFund. No... Thank you. I appreciate it. 5 pieces of bacon, $5. Lee Guy, a continuing supporter of GoFund. You really know? Love bacon. I love bacon. I know. Let's take a look in. I have it on over here.
We had a question from the live chat.
Oh, somewhere like I didn't know. I wasn't putting it all together at that time. At the time, it didn't matter to me what they were calling me. It was that it was all true. You know.
This is an excellent question, and I haven't heard you comment on this before. Lord Ludicrous Plaid asked, you talked about another couple that was there during this experience. Did they also see the beings?
Oh yes, absolutely. The beings.
So wouldn't it be important to get one or both of them to come forward and tell their story because it will provide corroboration?
Well, we talked about that earlier. The fact that
you don't know them. Yeah.
I don't know them. I know less about them than anything.
Lord Ludicrous Plaid.
I only have first names and a state, and one of the names I'm not even completely sure of. But they absolutely did see them, and in fact, in the coffee shop when Wayne says to them, we all kind of do a quick introduction. He introduces us and he's like, we're gonna take her to see the aliens. And he was like, oh, cool. I mean, it was just like that. Cool. And he was like, you guys want to come?
You know, the way she's talking, she's lying. If I never knew this story and just popped in on this conversation watching her, the way she keeps looking off to the side and there's a lot of pauses and a lot of that is a liar. And I say that with about as much confidence as I can have.
Come along, and he was like, yeah, we'll come along. I mean, it was that. I
want you to watch this.
Completely did see them, and in fact, in the coffee shop, when Wayne says to them,
See?
you know, we all kind of do a quick introduction. He introduces us, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna take her to see the aliens. And he was like, oh, cool. I mean, it was just like that, cool. And
there it is again.
And he was like, yeah.
She's blinking a lot, which is a definite telltale sign that somebody's lying.
Do you guys want to come along? And he was like, yeah, we'll come along. I mean, it was that.
There it is again.
Like,
she looked up and to the right. She's blinking a lot. She's throwing her hands up.
They were just that cavalier about it.
Now she had something that she knew she could say quickly and sound confident. So what she did, she sat up and got closer to the camera to still save the lying shit she just talked about. This is a very well-oiled liar. This is somebody who's had to lie their whole life. Nobody's this. I mean, she's so cavalier about it. You know what I mean? This is unbelievable. Oh, this is great. Now she's relaxed. I already got the baseline earlier in the show. This is coming to me as if I'm reading a book. That's how easy it is to see she's lying. This is all made up bullshit. Hey, when I tell a story, I don't go, we were at the coffee shop and you know, no, I don't do that. I said, we're at the coffee shop. Mike sat down. I said, Mike, you want to go play some pool? And he said, yeah, I want to go play some pool. And I said, put your money where your mouth is. $10 a game, $1 for every extra ball left on the table. You good to go? I'm good to go, he said. I said, oh, we're going to have a good time. I said, take my keys. Why take your keys? Because I'm getting effed up. And I went over to the pool table. I sank the 8 ball. That's how you tell a story. You don't go what. Oh, I got something good to say. And then, you know, see, every now and then they got to throw in a confident booster. God, I can't stand liars. I am 100% confident in this assessment. And I can't believe we're still talking about it for 3 freaking days. All right, you want to go over there and watch it? You go over there and watch it. You can do that. I don't want to, step on Steven's toes. Although he said I could play, whatever. Oh, man, this is a very interesting thing that's happening in our little community. All right? We should do a whole lie detector thing on her. Wow. She is really, once she gets relaxed, well, even when she wasn't relaxed, I was watching her there while Ryan was going up. By the way, who was that guy? That wasn't the Ryan that was on this show. There's no way it could have been. Sounded like a totally different dude. I almost thought it wasn't him. I'm like, wait a minute. This is the same guy. I kept thinking it to myself. I'm like, it sounds nothing like him. Yeah, he was. Now, he was abrasive. That's what abrasive is. Well, whatever.
You can take everything I have.
It's just one of those nights, kids. There wasn't even going to be a show today. Yeah, I've been having problems with...
seen Richie?
Damn it, this is what I was talking about.
I'm gonna keep coming back until somebody remembers seeing Richie.
Okay. dealing with that guy all day. Cops were after him.
That no one is allowed on the property.
Hey, what's going on? Which would mean you're not going to the cave, right?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future.
What is that? Well, I'm sort of like what is this? The psychic of the bunch here, I guess you could say, because not only I predicted that you won't be going, and that there would be some excuse that we can't deny, but it's happening right in front of our faces, and I'm sorry to hear that. So Wayne has cancer, huh? Is that what happened?
What do you want?
What was wrong with what I said? That's abrasive. That's not abrasive. All right. At the top of this hour, I wanted to play something for everybody. And you can buckle in, buckle on up, do whatever it is you want to do. But I am going to play this for a bit, maybe a couple of minutes. This is a new movie coming out on November 9th called Who Saw the Men in Black? It's what, Richard Dolan and Richard Doty. Is it Doty? Just what? Well, I can't believe Doty. I like what he says in the movie though, but he just doesn't look like that. Oh my God. You know what? I can't even say what. The older Richard Doty. You know, the one with the mustache? Remember that guy? He looks like somebody you wouldn't want your kids around, if you know what I mean. Yeah, what is that thing? I'll fix it. I don't know what it is. It's something in the, I can't tell. Everything looks normal. Oh, is that it? No? All right. Well, this is from the Cousins Brothers. And here we go.
Agenda. We have a new documentary that's about to break the internet, and we're going to break it down right here at Third Phase of Moon, so buckle up, everybody. Many have reported their own Men in Black experiences and eyewitness accounts since the beginning of the UFO cover-up history. Mysterious men who seem to always show up right after credible UFO events. What are their motives? Explore the true history of the Men in Black events from the 1940s until now with Richard Dolan, Mike Ricksecker, Richard Doty, and John Burroughs, many experiencers and many other researchers. Credible witnesses to UFO events always report the same pattern of events afterwards. These events similarly recall an encounter with strange men who prove to have interest in coercing witnesses to stay quiet about what they experienced. Do these men work for some shadow government, or are they not of this world? Being watched, stalked, followed by foot or car, and harassments by any means necessary seem to be the common attributes to the Men in Black encounters. Throughout history, their tactics have evolved though. We now understand famous UFO debunkers and skeptics may have been supported by the military to close the lid on the UFO topic. Fake news and infiltration of the UFO research community becomes their next target. It seems this also can be proven to be through Richard Doty's involvement. So what we'll be seeing in the new documentary is beyond belief, and we break down the history of the Men in Black.
What is the true mission of the Men in Black? Is it the suppression of information regarding UFOs and extraterrestrials? Or is it to aid them and further their agenda?
So relating to the story of a man named Albert Bender, who also had a very interesting experience, which actually coined the phrase Men in Black. Bender was one of the earliest organizers of kind of civilian UFO groups. It was the International Flying Saucer Bureau.
The tactics by the Men in Black go through full lengths to suppress the information. When an eyewitness witnesses a UFO, sometimes the military comes forward and tells them to be quiet, as of a patriot duty to keep their mouths shut. But if they don't want to listen, that's when the military calls in the Men in Black to finish the job. Richard Doty comes forward with explosive information in regards to what kind of work and participation in the dark program of the Men in Black, and what he says may surprise you.
Take Richard Doty, former special agent of the Air Force who was tasked with infiltrating the UFO community to instill doubt and misinformation of UFO encounters.
Men in Black have always been present in the UFO community since back in the 50s and 60s.
This story follows an age-old pattern of a prominent Men in Black cover-up. A UFO incident occurs. Experiencers witness something that shouldn't exist in our conventionally understood reality.
So everybody's heard of the Men in Black. Now we break down the history over the years. Richard Doty, they come forward and bring in some information that we've never heard before. We delve in deep. There's something about these elusive gentlemen, or you could call the dark, sinister government, that are unleashing the powers of the Men in Black to keep UFO conspiracies under wraps.
Bender was one of the earliest organizers of kind of civilian UFO groups. It was the International Flying Saucer Bureau. It was a publication that was quite successful by 1952 standards, you know, printing out the publication, mailing it out, and getting subscriptions that way. It's not easy. It wasn't easy to do back then.
Now, this blew up and went international immediately. Within that first year, he already had offices in the UK and also Australia. On a very limited budget, he was able to make this very large organization that was compiling all of this information on UFO activity at the time, and also producing a newsletter that would get mailed out as well.
And then, seemingly out of the blue, in March 1953, he just shuts the whole thing down. And no one hears from Albert Bender. He just makes this quick announcement: I'm done, we're not doing this anymore, see ya.
Well, the time has come for a documentary on the infamous Men in Black. Who Saw the Men in Black is a documentary I am truly excited for its premiere. I look forward to seeing what type of doors it might open, people that might come forward.
Doc!
But I think this documentary has a lot of questions. I think a lot that we've all had. We've got Richard Dolan in it. We speak about Richard Doty as well. And questions are raised. Are Men in Black from this world? And if they are they government agents? Maybe with OSI or something to that effect. And their whole purpose is to intimidate and to subdue or quiet witnesses. Now, are they doing this because it's top secret military aircraft? Or is it what some believe, that they are not from this world and that they have certain abilities and technology that we can only dream of, and that they're here
That's Doc.
working with our government to keep quiet
They doubled them up.
alien aircraft? So questions like these, hopefully we will eventually come up with answers one day. But this movie, I'm really excited. This is going to be a cool documentary. Who Saw the Men in Black? And I think you're going to enjoy it.
Especially if they threaten you or threaten your family, and you're not sure if they're from another planet or not.
What Jacobs said in the aftermath of that was that he was subject to a range of harassment type of activities. Some of these things would include threatening phone calls at all times of the day, and even to vandalism against his property damage.
There is no more exciting story that I could write or Aviation Week could publish than to say, at last, we've come across one UFO report that cannot be explained in prosaic terms.
When we delve into the deep phenomenon known as the Men in Black, we create reenactments of the situation of history that took place. We have Philip Klass, the biggest debunker on the planet, that tried to disrupt the phenomenon of people believing in the Men in Black and the UFO phenomenon itself. Was Philip Klass a Men in Black?
Maybe this is an alien spaceship. Biggest story of all time.
Of these objects, and that's why the response could be as fast as it was to Westall. That's why the military could get there as quickly as they did that day, because there was some, if you like, forewarning in the suburb of Baldwin, about 20 kilometres from Westall, just 4 days before the Westall incident.
When working with the project, Who Saw the Men in Black, it was decided to bring Richard Dolan along. He's a historian in regards to the UFO phenomenon, but he breaks down by the history of the Men in Black and how it progressed today. And Richard Dolan brings a lot to the table in this documentary.
9 years after that, in 1962, Bender wrote a book called Flying Saucers and the Three Men, and he gives the story about why this all happened. Why did he shut it down in 1953? And here's where we get into a definite paranormal description of the Men in Black.
Now, what Bender claimed is that he started being visited by 3 strange men. He would go into his bedroom at night, and all of a sudden, 3 shadowy figures would materialize through the walls.
Hollywood perceives the Men in Black as a comical satire with their
Hey. All right. You can watch the rest of that. There's a few more of us from the panel that are on that. Talking about the Men in Black, I may have had an experience which I played on this show, and I actually recorded somebody one day, and I made a video about it. If you guys remember, it was back in January, but I'm gonna play it because it's not that long. And this is an experience I had being followed one day. Now, it's not the first time I was followed, and not the first time I caught them on camera. See, this is the problem with a lot of people who make these claims. They never get anything on camera. Well, I did. Because you got to be on top of your game. You got to take a camera with you everywhere you go. And the second time I captured somebody, it was a couple, a man and a woman, who definitely looked like they were in the, CIA, FBI. They could. Now, I was told it's possible that MUFON had me watched at this time. Let's see. Let's get an update on the Anjali show.
Thinking and
oh, Manny
and
from
this is
Area
another question that
503
has
is
come
there.
up time and time again, because some people have suggested, like I had a theory that maybe what you experienced was a DMT experience, and some people have suggested that you went through some kind of guided meditation with Wayne, and that your experience may have been more of a spiritual one than an actual physical one with real physical aliens.
Sure.
Did you meditate with Wayne before the experience or at that time?
Well, I would love to meditate with Wayne. No, I'm sorry. We did not meditate. There was no meditating going on with any of us.
All right. Well, there's nothing more you can take out of that story. Dorothy says, I had an experience as a kid. Same night we saw the alien in the backyard. Wow. Same night that over 150 people saw the UFOs over Lake Michigan. And they all called the radio station. Oh yeah, I think you told me about that. But it's interesting. You didn't say it here, is what I'm saying. Okay, so you saw aliens in the backyard? Or an alien? It just hit me. That's unbelievable. Well, too bad you didn't get that on video. Back then they didn't have the type of equipment that they do now, right? I mean, you're not that much older than me. All right. So I'm going to get to this apparently, I was followed, and this is what happened. What's that?
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Some people can't. Live and let live. Here we go. I'm not going to start it from the very beginning, but pretty close. to use, that's fine with me. I just wanted to give a little background to my story as a UFO hunter.
You don't need it.
Call off-world vehicles or back-engineered alien craft technology. Nonetheless, I was hooked, and I started videotaping every night. I had my sister's camera at the time, so I didn't have my own yet, but I did wind up recording a triangular craft in late June. Seeing white dots in the sky at a distance could be anything from birds, balloons, even planes, and all sorts of things that are up in the sky. Back then there were no drones for the consumer, so we can't say that was part of the experience back then, thank God. Nonetheless, I was seeing things at an exceptional rate. Because of my eyesight, I was able to look at the sky like nobody's business. It's the weekend.
Here we go.
I went up to the 4th level of a 5-level garage, parking garage, and started videotaping anything I could see.
There was grass up there.
I left after a half hour, realizing, because it was hot that day, it was August in summer, I think it was 108 degrees, and I went downstairs to outside the parking garage, whatever. So I went across the street and I saw a white dot in the sky heading my way. And I started recording it.
That's the actual footage.
And I'm scanning the sky as I'm
It's a balloon.
recording this object. I have my camera on the tripod and I'm looking around and I see another white object heading right towards us. I say us, me and the camera. But I saw an object in the opposite direction heading towards my direction, towards the other white object. I called my friend, and as the phone is ringing, I see somebody maybe 600, 700 feet away on the opposite corner. And this person is recording. I see he's got a tripod, and my friend picks up the phone, and we were talking, and I go, hey, there's another guy doing what I'm doing. Maybe they're watching me, seeing what I'm doing. You know, you read these stories online about people who see UFOs and are visited by the Men in Black. I wasn't, but there have been some weird things happening that I won't get into now, but it may have been part of paranoia. I don't know. But my wife was a witness at the time, so I will put the paranoia label to the side just for now. But as I'm recording this guy, I noticed he's recording me. He's got his camera pointed right at me, as you can see in this video clip. And my friend goes, just record him. So I did. And that's what you see. You see me zooming in on him and recording him. And he realizes that and proceeds to push his camera down into the tripod and then pick up the tripod and walk away. Turns his head to the left so I couldn't see his face, which I had already recorded. But with high 8 back in 2004, you can see the quality isn't what it is today. And I thought, well, maybe it's a guy recording me just because he thinks I was doing something nefarious, you know, the attacks on New York and the Pentagon and whatnot. So maybe they were watching me for that reason, but I decided I was going to go over there. Because when he walked away, he turned his head to the left carried his tripod in the right hand and went behind a building, which was the Girl Scouts of Arizona's, supposedly their home headquarters. And he went behind that building, and I got in my car, threw my tripod in the back with the camera still attached to it, and I drove over there and didn't see anything. But I did see a security guard who was watching the parking structure. He comes walking out, and I said, "Did you just see a guy with a camera?" And we were talking for a second, and he goes, "Yeah, he was recording, over above them trees or something." And I said, "No, he was recording me." And I told him I was recording a UFO, and I think he was recording me recording the UFO. He says, "Well, he just got in his car and drove out of here like a bat out of hell." Okay, I didn't see him. The guy said it was a reddish car, and that was the spy guy incident. So what I'll do now is play the version I have here, and you can imagine what it was like to be there that day. Here we go.
He left. He moved behind the building. He didn't want me to see him, but I got him.
He's gone. I'm figuring out what to
I
do.
thought it was Jeff Willis from, I'm gonna go over there. Should I go over there? He might be a cop or something. He might be like FBI or whatever. Maybe they're following me and seeing what I'm doing. He may have went to the shade, but I'm going over there. Stay on the phone with me because I'm gonna leave the tape running. And I'll say, "Hey, do you mind if I hang out here?" Dude, this is weird. What?
So it was a pretty interesting story right there. Were the phones tapped? I don't know. I don't think you can tell. But some strange stuff in this life-threatening field. And if you think I'm saying that lightly, think again. People have been taken out in this field time and time again. And I don't know if I'm lucky. I don't know if I did anything wrong. I don't know if I'm just imagining everything. But whatever it is, they wanted it. Here like a bat out of hell. And I drove over there. He comes walking out.
He didn't want me to see.
Here we go.
He left. He moved behind the building. He didn't want me to see him, but I got him.
You can imagine what it was like to be there that day. Here we go.
He left. He moved behind the building. He didn't want me to see him, but I got him.
He's gone. I'm figuring out what to
I
do.
thought it was Jeff Willis from, I'm gonna go over there. Should I go over there? He might be a cop or something. He might be like...
Interesting. Yeah. You never know. And the reason I made that video, because you can see it was in 2004. So it's going back some 17 years over. You know, when my wife and I in June of that year, I captured a triangle on video. And it was pretty massive. I would have to say at least a mile. There were 3 points of light. They came out. They were coming towards me, and I only saw one of them. And then I saw 2 of the orbs. I call them orbs. And then they turned. So I knew I had something. Now, I never knew at that time that there was a third one trailing behind just a little bit. But I captured it for such a long time, you can see it. I just couldn't see it when I was recording it. But when I replayed it, I saw the third one, and I'm like, oh, I got a triangle. And then I watched it head east, and then it parked over what's called the McDowell Mountains. And then some clouds came in and covered it up. And it was like a 5-minute sighting. And I got a lot of notoriety on that when I played it. I was on the Jeff Rentz show, and they were posting it on all these big websites. It was just getting huge traction. And I didn't have the website yet or anything. But I made this video because at the time I kept telling my wife anytime we went out that I think somebody's following me. And she'd be like, you're imagining it. No, I said, no, I saw the same car when we left. I saw it right at, it pulled up right behind us when we were at the stoplight, right at the house. About a half mile away. But she knew what I meant. So we drove about 20 minutes to downtown Phoenix at the time. And we get out of the car, and I look across the street, and I see the car that was literally what I told her, following us for at least 17 miles. I watched it. Every time I would change over 1 or 2 lanes, they would, a few seconds later, get over. And then if I'd go back, they would go back. And I didn't make it look obvious. I made it look like I was, just in a rush, and they were keeping up with me. So I was like weaving on purpose, and my wife was getting all mad. Stop it. I go, somebody's following us. I'm confirming it. Every time I move over, they move over. And she turns around like this, and she's, got a lot of hair. And I'm like, don't turn around. Just look in the rearview mirror. Don't you know the rearview mirror trick? Turn around. Now what if they had binoculars or somebody with them? I'm like getting all paranoid. And she's like, you're crazy. So a few miles goes by. It was a total of about, I think, 24 miles when we got to our destination. And I look, and there they were, sitting in the car. It pulled in, never got out. They never got out of the car. Sat there. And I made believe I was walking in to the store while my wife went in. And then I peeked around the corner. I was being followed. And I don't know why. That was the only, well, I can't say it was the only thing. I captured some other things too. But I dismissed them. Other people didn't. But what if it was MUFON? MUFON sending out one of their Phoenix reps. Go check out this, because that's what they do. And I heard it from a couple of people. And a lot of people who work in MUFON said they don't do that. I said, they wouldn't tell you. I'm going to go look at that UFO sighting downtown Phoenix. All right. Meanwhile, they're being told to come watch me. So, who knows? If MUFON was so willing to sell all their data to Bigelow, which violated every HIPAA law you can imagine, they would send somebody out to follow me. That may be what that guy was. I mean, I said the guy's wearing weird glasses, like, the glasses and the big nose. I mean, it even looks like there's a mustache, like a handlebar, but that nose is really, like, big on this guy. And then here, it's very strange looking. I know it's probably pixelated too much, right?
Couldn't see his face, which I had already recorded, but with high 8.
You monkey's uncle. Look at that. You look at the nose, and I see what looks like could be glasses here. It's a very weird looking dude. Or maybe he's just, that's the way he is. I thought it was Jeff Willis. It looks like he's got glasses on, though. I see a frame, like right in the middle between the nose. The frame's right there. Maybe even rose-colored.
Back in 2004.
Then then I don't see them as easily here. But that nose is really, that is huge. No matter where I stop it, that's a honker. And I think it's
fake.
You
can see the quality isn't what it is today.
Yeah, I don't know. See, right there. What is that? That looks like he's got some sort of device around his face.
And I thought, well,
he's got a mustache. Here you don't see the nose. Got a little ponytail. I thought it was a wig.
Maybe it's a guy recording me just because he thinks I was doing something nefarious, you know, the attacks on New York and the Pentagon and whatnot.
Yeah, that was only 3 years before.
So maybe they were watching me for that reason, but I decided I was going to go over there. Because when he walked...
Weird. It's just weird. Do an update on Anjali? She's still going.
Oh,
Cambian's milking this.
And by the way,
look at her arm is definitely tattooed up.
Just
Check
to
her out.
dispel any rumors, there's nothing between me and Anjali. Believe it or not, people have suggested
Anjali,
that.
what if he starts
I'm
dating an
happily
ET?
married.
Then there could be something, right?
Happily
Look at her
married.
laughing. I wanted to get her laughing a little bit. No, but you have a cuteness about it. Okay. The other question would be,
I was on the panel.
okay,
That's funny.
Why? This has happened a number of times with some of these stories. It ends up these ETs end up in a mountainside. Are they in a mountainside because that also facilitates their vehicles, or why a mountainside?
I can't. I mean, how many times are we going to... why a mountain? All right. So let's talk about something else for a little bit, okay? For a little bit. I know. Everybody's going over there. It's funny because I see him. I see everybody who's usually here over there. Area 503's over there. Lord Ludicrous Plaid. It's all right, though. Steven's having a good time. I'm happy for him. I almost didn't do this show because Steven was doing that show, and I knew everybody would go over there. That's okay, man. We still have a job to do. I should go back over there. Right? Should I go back? Let me see something. I still have the link. Steven's saying lots to manage here. Well, yeah, it's pretty cool. Looks about 25 left and went. Yeah, that's exactly how many TV invent. It was about that many. Because we were up to like 150, 145. That's all right, man. Steven deserves it. He got Anjali, and I think me and Anjali are good. I was nice tonight. Because I'm not a mean guy. I'm not a mean guy. And I don't think I was mean the other night, which is interesting. Oh, I know you're here, Al Julian. I don't care. Lord Ludicrous Plaid, are you listening to both? No, I'm glad. No. I'm not mad at all. This isn't anything like that. I'm just saying, I almost didn't do the show because, every time somebody has a show like this and it's within our close-knit community, out of respect, sometimes we don't do a show, which is why I started mine an hour later. Because I didn't think he would go this long. I thought he would do an hour, hour and a half, and that would be the end of it. But you know what? When things are going good and super chats are lighting up, go for it, man. But it's very repetitive at this point. But that's okay. So I got this on Twitter. I want somebody to help me. You know what? Can I say something, Felicia? I think she might be. I think she likes me. I caught that too, and I didn't want to say anything. But I think she likes me. I don't know. That's true. That's true. Tuesday blew it all out of the water. It's over with. She's a fraud. We do have an option to go and seek other channels. We can like it or not. What I don't like is somebody saying, hey, like if you're in my chat room, But anyway, you know, announcing other shows and stuff like it depends on who it is. It depends on, you know, if it's somebody I don't like. But if it's somebody I like, I don't care. Oh, TV Invent? Okay, let me check. I'm checking. Oh, yeah, let me announce this. Nathan, thank you very much for the PayPal. Thank you. Unbelievable. So let's give him one of these. And we'll give this to Nathan. Mucho gusto, generoso, El Nathan, so a continuing supporter. And also TV Invent. I guess that's you, right? I'll just say your first name, Matt. Goof on all the way. A nice, what is that, 7? 7 bones. Thank you very much, you guys. Mucho gusto generoso. I appreciate that. There you go. Appreciate it. And also, did I say this one? Dr. Z. Yeah, I did say Dr. Z earlier. Thank you, TV Invent. Whoops. Mucho gusto generoso. Another continuing supporter of Goof On. Thanks, man. Appreciate that, you guys. And I'll double check before we leave tonight, see if I missed anybody, because it is possible. But anyway, what a weird... This has been the Anjali week, right? It's been the Anjali week. That's what it is. What's this? Somebody... I hear something.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You're darn right. So with that being said, check this out. Now, I need help on these because I don't remember. But what I'm about to show you, I think it's real, but it's not a UFO. Right? Remember this? Years ago, right? Can anybody recall what that is? No flashing lights. See, I think that is a like a type of drone, but I think it's interesting, is what it is. But from what I remember, this was a hoax, or not really a UFO. Somebody was flying around this thing, and they had the night vision on, and you zoom in and, you know, you see this. Does anybody remember this? It's not an airplane, you know, but I'm 100% feeling something that I can't pull out of me, that I know for a fact that this was debunked. It looks like Space Invaders, right? It is an old one. That's why I'm asking, yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Drones flying. No, it's not. Not drones. That's 100% positive. You can't cankle the hoof? Huh? And I don't think it would be that big. I think this isn't that big at all. I think it's maybe 4 to 5 feet. I could be wrong. Yeah, somebody said, not you, but it's not a flock of geese. They don't fly like this. Geese don't do that. That's at night. That's an object with lights on it. And there you could almost see that it's on a structure of some sort. Like maybe not a very, very thin piece of wood. What do they call that? Plastic? Thin plastic? It's a nice video. It's a nice video. I just don't remember it. What it's actually... What it is. And then there's more. check this out. I believe this is another portion this is cool. It's an airplane though. It's Boca. Wait a minute. Is this the Jeremy Corbell video before it was the Corbell video? That's what it looks like. Oops. Right? Didn't that look like the Corbell video? That's an airplane. Just like Corbell's. Oh yeah, Ivan. I showed a video yesterday from a drone show. It's pretty amazing what they can do. Amazing how they fly in sync. But this is an older video. This is, I believe, about 10 years old. From what I remember, it's old. Wrong. There we go. I think there's another video of this, a different one. Somebody said migratory birds. See this smudge? I wonder if that's on Jeremy's video. I'll have to pull it up. This has a lot of similarities to Corbell's POS video, right? I'm going to pull it up and see. Wait a minute. Nope, it's not the same. Never mind then. I just checked. Yeah, Jeremy Corbell's is totally different. Now that is birds. See how they're breaking up? You know, it's birds. Right? Right? It's migratory birds. That looks like it. I don't know. It is a flock of seagulls. There's no lights. This is night vision. Hey, there's the Little Dipper. Yeah, you can tell. This is birds. It's an interesting video, though, you know? It makes you think, like, man, I know that part of the sky. That's so cool over there. Very interesting. Watch it again. Yeah, there's no sound that I know of. No, no sound. I couldn't get away. Dear, 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 dear. I walked along the avenue. I couldn't help but meet a girl like you. Made a girl like you. Dear, dear, dear. I run from no. And like you. Isn't that Flock of Seagulls? I know, fake people. You know, one more update. Let's see. What do you think they're talking about? Anybody want to put a bet? Put a bet down? I bet they're talking about Wayne.
Or why? Or do they go under?
It will be many who have coalesced into light and become a light. And that light is what they're saying is that's the consciousness energy. And so as we grow, we coalesce back into
bullshit,
becoming one. So we go through these exercises of separation and self-discovery, and separation and self-discovery. And it's a repetitive cycle that all consciousness goes through, and it's how we spread throughout whatever this is.
I just want to interject and say there's been a bunch of people in the live chat who have suggested that maybe it's a good idea, with Wayne's permission or not, to fly drones to find the cave and the entrance to the cave. And
you don't need Wayne's permission to fly a drone over there. You're allowed to fly, I believe it's 80 feet above someone's property. with a drone. I'm not kidding. I had to take a test to learn all the FAA shit. It's 80 feet. But if Wayne, and this, I don't know if he is, if he's within 5 miles of an airport or 3 miles of a subport airport, then you may not be able to get clearance to fly. But I bet you can. And my drone has zoom on it, so anybody who has an upper, a nicer drone, not the cheapo ones, you know, like at least 1,000 or more, you can zoom in 4K and fly 100 feet above the property. Legally, by the way. Legally. And that's pretty much in all 50 states. So when I fly my drone in my neighborhood, if somebody ever came out and said, you can't fly that over my place, I said, damn right I can. You know, and I'd show them my flight school ID. Just get an FAA number. Everything's tracked, okay? If they want to find out anything about me with my drone, they can track it. So, why break the law? You don't need to, man. My God, you got a flying machine that you could fly 80 to 100 feet easily and see if there's a cave within the law. So there's no reason to get too low or, to do whatever, break the law. Fly responsibly. Oh boy. Dan Aykroyd is a big UFO guy. Big UFO guy. But I saw this video today. Says Dan Aykroyd supports cancel culture.
When asked about his impression of comedy today and cancel culture, Aykroyd told THR, "There's enough range in humor where you don't have to go scatological and you don't have to go pulling any divisive cards to get a laugh. There's so much in the world to comment on that is outside the realm of offensiveness." He went on to say, "Scatological humor is fun, it's easy laughs, but there is more intelligent writing that can happen if you stay away from the offensive material that should be rightfully canceled for its hurtfulness."
Oh, really? And this is a guy who acted like the male gigolo back on Saturday Night Live. We're just two wild and crazy guys, remember? And they would get on top of women and, who is he? Come on, man. It's a different time now. It's a different world he's living in. He's allowed to change. I love it. I love it.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Some people can't. Anyway, I am now taking on with all full acceptance of who I am now. I am the UAP bully. And say what you want about me. I love it. I don't care what a bunch of hens are saying on Uncle Fester's show. I don't really care. I mean, they're hypocrites. Hypocrites. Everybody's a hypocrite in this field, it seems like. Except for me. I thought I was very nice to Anjali. And extra nice tonight. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm taking off. I'm out of here. Go ahead and go watch Anjali, you guys. You might miss a lot. Thank you, moderators and super chatters. I appreciate the support. Great support tonight. Oh, I didn't check. Hold on. Stop. Hold on. Let me check real quick. I don't want to miss anybody. I said I was going to check, and I'm going to check. See if I missed any super chatters. I don't think I did. I think we did it right tonight. I think we did it right. Come on. It takes forever to open that stuff up. There we go. Here we go. Nope, I didn't miss anybody. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. And continue, please. And thank you, newcomers and veterans alike, for joining the show tonight. I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. Who cares? It's fun, isn't it? Hey, we have our time here, that's for sure. We'll be back tomorrow night. I want to thank veterans and newcomers for giving the show a chance. Come back. If you like it, subscribe, whatever. We usually have a good time here. At least we think we do. I think we do. I don't know what's up for tomorrow, but it'll be worth it. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Be back at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. I'm Rich Giordano, where Goofon is Truthology for Ufology. See you later. Uncle Gustav, where are you?